Hello, and thank you for being here with me today. Are you feeling lost? Then you're in the right place. Today, what we're going to talk about in this video is the illusion of how things are set up in society, where it seems to be that everybody else has their stuff together, letting you feel like you're the only one that doesn't have it together, which is not true. Number two, we're going to talk about how it's totally okay to not have your entire life figured out in your teens and knowing exactly what step to take. Totally normal. We're also going to talk about how life is more like a GPS system. You sort of only know what next step to take, and to be easy on yourself and just take it one step at a time. And also we'll discuss how it's important to take decisions and sort of figure out which path you're going to go on, following more your heart than your brain. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start with what I think is like a huge illusion right now, that everybody's online profile seems to be that everything is smooth and great. They've all figured out life, and there's all these lifestyle vlogs, and everything is so smooth. They've picked a path, and everything is super smooth, leaving you to feel like, what is wrong with me? I can't even make a decision. I'm 18, 19. I have no clue what I want to do the rest of my life. There must be something wrong with me. Here's what I've learned in all of my years, where I'm almost 50. I don't think this is the truth. I can speak for myself to let you know that just at my age now, I'm figuring out what I really love to do. And my life took a lot of twists and turns. There was no way in my younger years of teens and 20s that I could have possibly figured out what I was going to do now. So the fact that some of you are thinking that you have to figure out what your whole life is going to be at 16, 17, 18, 19 is almost impossible. I don't think that it's possible to know exactly where to go. I don't think that you're supposed to have life figured out at your age. I think it is supposed to be a complete question mark. And at best, you're probably going to need to experiment and figure out things as you go. Having a perfect life and the exact destination at your age is, I don't think, an actual reality that is possible. It is totally normal, and I mean totally normal, to not know exactly what you want to do. Life, instead of saying, like, what is it that you want to do the rest of your life? Pick your career, pick your program, pick your university right now. Life is more what I find like a GPS or like Google Maps. It's, let's use that analogy or metaphor. So, if you were driving at a long distance for several hours and you punched in your destination, you're going to New York City. Depending on how far that is, that could be several hundred instructions. So, if your GPS system spit out every direction all at one time, it would be super overwhelming. So, what GPS does is, once you move, it gives you one direction at a time. And life is sort of like that. Once you start moving and you take micro decisions, you sort of get the inspiration or feeling to do something else. So, what do I mean by that? Let's say one of your major decisions right now is what school to go to, what should you study? I would say one of the biggest things is just to figure out what it is that you think that you like, follow your curiosity, follow your passion, follow your interests, follow a subject matter that is interesting to you. And then once you're there, you'll be able to assess if that's the right program, if that's the right fit. It could be that you love the university, you took psychology, and then you have friends in the English program, and you're like, I think I prefer English. and I want to go study that. Or you're taking something in medicine and you're like, I don't like medicine at all. I'm going to transfer to another program. So, what I mean by taking the first step is it's okay if you're pretty sure you want to go to university, you won't know until you start a program. And it's really not a big deal because things can be transferred once you're there. So that's what I mean about the next step. You won't be able to figure out at 16, 17 what program you're going to see through right to the end, right to the profession. Professions are changing yearly. There's stuff now that's going to come out in 4 years that didn't even exist when you went to school. So it's sort of take a step. From that step, you're going to take another step. From that step, you're going to take another step. You don't need to see the entire staircase. Just take the next step so you can relax and be okay with just taking one decision at a time. Here is something else that I've learned. When you make decisions on what is it that I want to be, what is it that I'm interested in, there is a difference between making a completely logical decision and also then a decision that comes from your heart. When you purely base a decision on pros and cons, what factors in there is opinions that aren't yours. You're factoring your friends' opinions, your parents' opinions of the pros and cons about doing a certain program or a certain profession. Sometimes you can have a long list of pros, but none of that excites you. So if you're, let's say, following the money, the status, I'll be able to buy a sports car with that. It's got prestige. These things are not necessarily the things that are going to give you fulfillment in life. And sometimes you have to really assess the logical decisions. Feelings from your heart when you're making a decision, be led by those as well. Sometimes it's a good combination to have both. From your heart would be, what is it that you love to do? What excites you? What are you curious about? And sometimes the program that you might be interested in, you can't quite see the career yet. But usually, if you follow your heart, and you follow your passion, usually something opens up while you're there and you'll see opportunities. So just blend pros, cons, your mind with the heart so that you can have a more informed decision. I put together a little graphic here, a little Venn diagram that I'm going to show you to explain a little bit when you're trying to make a decision again, what can guide you. So I have 3 bubbles here. I have what you love. We also have what you're good at. And a different one that has a bit of a negative spin, but you'll see what I mean. What bothers you the most in the world that you wish would be better or that you could fix? So I'm going to use myself as an example. So what I love. I am obsessed with self-development, how the brain works, how the heart works, how gratitude is one of the best attitudes to make you happier, how law of attraction works, and basically how to be more positive. I'm just obsessed. I can't read enough books and I love it so much. So those are the things that I love. What am I good at? I think I'm pretty good with connecting with people. I love sharing knowledge and I love inspiring people. The third thing is what bothers me the most? What bothers me the most in the world is somebody that doesn't accept themselves, somebody that doesn't think they're worthy, somebody that self-harms, somebody out there in the world that thinks maybe their life isn't worth living, that maybe they're a mistake. This causes me so much pain. I can't even describe to you how much this bothers me. Why this is such a good point to combine with the other 2 factors is because that is what drives me to do these videos. If I just love self-development and I was good at connecting, the driving force for me to do these videos when I am not comfortable doing them. I am self-conscious. I don't have the best self-confidence, but what pushes me to do this is if I reach one or two people, if I can help them feel better about themselves, it's all worth it. It ignites the passion. It'll make you get that momentum and move forward. So sometimes you can be passionate about animals, and the thing that drives you, that bothers you the most, is their environment or conservation, things like that. So you'll get what I mean about the things that bother you the most. If you combine that with what you love and what you're good at, then you have all the aspects that give you such passion. And these are the things to think about when you're thinking about what to do in the future and help you with your decisions. Something else to talk about is success. So, as you're feeling a little bit lost, I don't know what to do, really, it's kind of interesting to think at this point of what is a good life? What is success? What is it that you're really hoping for in life? Is success to you the six figures? Is success a number of likes? Is success status? What is success to you? So, the way that we've been taught in society, success is a little bit of an artificial um, thing that it seems to be it's what other people think of you, and that makes you successful. So if they think that you're successful and doing great, you're doing great. The way I like to think about success is, how much joy do you have in your life from day to day, week to week, moment to moment? Because you only have one life. So if most of your life is only going after the things that you think will bring you success, it doesn't have as much meaning as fulfillment. So I'm talking about this because of what we were talking about before. If you follow your curiosity, what you're passionate about, what you love, what you're good at, that is steering you in a successful path. Those are the things to keep in mind when you're making that decision: is how much joy does it bring to me? Am I really curious about that? Does it make me feel expanded when I think about it, or does it make me feel contracted and super stressed about it? So think of that as well. That'll also help you along your way. And the last thing I want to talk about is failing forward. So here's the thing, guys. There is no way that you're going to go on a path, and even if you follow some of this advice and follow your passions and follow the thing that'll you think will bring you the most joy, you're going to fail in life, and you're going to fail more than once. And trust me, I have failed so many times. So basically, you just have to get up one more time than you failed. So you fail at something, then you move forward. You fail at something else, you move forward. You fail, you learn, you move forward. So it's more of a pause, stop, go backward one step, go forward two steps, and you keep going and going and going. I can use myself as an example. I am 49 and just having the courage now to do these videos and the things that I want to do. I have tried several things. I have tried being a real estate agent. I've tried having a job and working for other people. I've tried several things and I was never fulfilled, because the thing that I'm supposed to do is this. So you have to have the courage to try whatever it is that you think it is, and then be okay with what happens. If it's successful, great. And if it's not, tweak it, try it again. Tweak it, try it again, and just keep failing forward. And eventually you will get momentum and you will get on the right path and you will make progress that way. So that concludes this video. I hope you got some helpful information that will help you make some decisions to feel better about, possibly if you're feeling lost, that it's okay. It's completely normal. Nobody has their stuff all figured out. It's completely okay to not know what the next move is. Do your best. and take a guess, your best guess, move forward, and from that next step, you will be guided to the next step. Again, like a GPS, just take it one step at a time. You've got this. I believe in you. Keep going. You can do it. Much love.